I had the privilege of writing a custom song for a dear friend last week, and it was such an amazing experience. So, I'm going to talk about it today. And this is going to be for you if you are not an artist, but you are my friend on social media, because you'll find out how I can write custom songs for you, or any of your artist friends could write a custom song for you, your family, your marriage, your relationship. I think this is something that can bring tremendous value to anyone. And if you're an artist and you're watching this, then I'm going to show you how I wrote a song from start to finish, put it on Garage Band, finished it, and sent it out in 5 hours. 5 hours. This is without any previous experience producing a song. So, if you are an artist friend or just a regular friend, I think you'll find this really interesting. So, welcome. This is um, a merge of going live and recording my podcast. So, I'm gonna say welcome to this episode of Fulfilled Musicpreneur podcast. Thank you for joining me. Today, I'm going to talk about custom songs and how you can use it to monetize your audience and how you can use it to be a blessing to someone out there. Now, last week was Valentine's Day. And everyone was talking about love. And of course, any spouse or partner or boyfriend, girlfriend was thinking about how they were going to get in the good graces of their partner by getting something that was very thoughtful. So I sent a couple of messages out and I said, hey guys, I'm running a crowdfunding campaign. And for a stupendously low amount, I'm offering to write personalized songs for you, for your spouse. It could be a surprise. Um, and I told them, this is what I need and this is what I'm going to produce. And I got some takers. So I got a couple of people that signed up. Now I'm going to show you just how I did it. But first of all, why? Why am I talking about it? Well, I think enough people don't really know about it. I think it's beautiful. Like, I really enjoyed the process. So, first of all, custom songs are personalized songs, right? So, I've written two right now. I wrote one for a couple that got married last year, I think, or 2 years ago. I think it was 2 years ago actually. And it was it Sarah and Alex? And they told me they came for coffee. They came over to my place for coffee. We sat down. I asked them, how did you guys meet? And they told me how they met. And I said, do you want to tell me about any prayers you have for your wedding, any dreams? And I sat down and wrote all of these down, and I wrote a song and I sang it at their wedding, and it was beautiful. So that was 2 years ago. And this one I think was even more special. So I gave them a list of questions again, and I'm going to read out the questions to you so you can make a note of them. But also, if you're not an artist, so you know what the process is like, it's really simple. And I think it's something that you should consider doing, right? So, um, last week, I um, asked it was actually my in-law, which is amazing, right? So I asked him a list of questions. But before I get there, for my artist friends, here are 4 reasons why you should be adding custom songs to the list of what you do. Number one, it gives great value, really, really great value. And I'm hoping that by the end of this talk, it becomes really obvious to you how amazing they can be. Such great value. Number two, I think it's something that anyone can cherish over and over again. Now, if you're married here, you probably thought about our song, your song as a couple. My husband and I, it was God gave me you for the ups and downs. God gave me you for the, well, I can't remember the lyrics, but yeah, it was that song, and we loved it, and we danced to it at the wedding. And whenever the song comes up, I just go, "Ah," it makes me think about the wedding and all of that. But it's also a song that we take with us into the future. It's also almost like a prayer as well. Now, imagine one written with your story, with your prayers, with your hopes, your desires. Imagine a song written for you like that. That's what custom songs are. Okay. So it's something that you can give your client that they can cherish over and over again. Thinking about families, I don't know how many of you have um purpose statements, or um a statement that you want all your kids to run with, a vision statement. I think that's what I'm looking for. um I know my dad, in the last year, we meet monthly for prayers, for fasting and praying. We'll pray over each other, and we'll just pray for each other and break bread together. And we do that once a month as a family. And last year, he actually um, got us to all contribute towards coming up with a vision statement for our family. And this is my extended family, right? But you could do that for your family. And it's going to be something that your kids can easily remember, right? If there is maybe your like house rules are really important when your kids are growing up. You want them to remember the house rules. What are the house rules? Number one, number two, number three, number four. So imagine having a vision statement, something you want them to remember, something you want them to prioritize, something you want them to run with, right? Imagine having a song written with your vision statement. I think that's going to be a fun way to teach your kids. That's going to be a fun way to um, pass across the message, and it's a fun way to educate your kids and to teach them scriptures and to teach them your value. It's a fun way to do that, because once in a while the song can just be playing, or maybe when you pray you sing the song over each other. It's amazing, right? I think it's amazing. So that's number two. Number three, for my artist friends, it's a great way to get testimonials and get paid. I mean, come on, if you write a custom song for someone, they're gonna give you an amazing testimonial. Um, and the more you do it, the higher you can take your prizes to. And number four, I think this is my favorite part of it. They do have to work for you, right? Because the people that you're writing custom songs for are going to tell you their dreams, their stories, what they want in the songs. They do have the work for you. And that's amazing, because you're not having to think about what you want to say. You are crafting a song with their story, right? So it makes the work easier, people. It does. Okay. Now moving on to how to get it done, right? Now, I'm going to give you a list of 10 questions that you can ask. That okay, so if you want me to write a song for you, this is 10 questions I'm going to ask you, right? Um and they're really simple. Now, just by the way, I did a um I did a mastermind with someone last year, and his session on the questions you can ask, literally there was a script for it, and it can last an hour. So this is literally a list that's just examples. It's by no means um conclusive. It's just an example of what you can ask, so you can add more questions and remove more questions. It's totally up to you. But if you are a friend, and I'm hoping you get me to write custom songs for you, these are the questions I'm going to ask you. Number one, if it's about your marriage or your relationship, how did you meet? Right? Um, and it was as simple as the answer I got 2 weeks ago. It was as simple as, we met in church on a Sunday. There wasn't even much story there. It was, we met on a Sunday, and then it was a while before we saw each other again, you know? But that made it onto the song, right? I'm going to post the song later for people that want to hear. Number two, what's your favorite thing about your wife? Number three, Can you share any memorable stories or any favorite stories that you both laugh about? Because I think that's, something that you can add in a song, something to bring a smile. Number four, what are your prayers for her? Number five, any hopes and dreams, for her, for him, for your marriage, for your family. Number six, what are your pet names for her? Number seven, is there anything else you want to say to her? You can totally freestyle here, write how much you love her, or, become really poetic. Number eight, do they like a fast or slow song, or do you want me to write a fast or slow song? Number nine, does she have any favorite artists or genres? Like, I love country music. Oh, I love country. And if someone were to write a country song for me, I think they're really romantic. But that's the thing with me is I love music and storytelling. And I think country music does it really nicely. Now, number 10, send me any pictures you want me to include. So he sent me some pictures of her and some pictures of them together. And because one of the things he told me he liked about his wife was how she cared for the kids, then I put that in the song, and then I got some pictures of their kids from social media as well. So it ended up being this really special, product that I gave to them as a couple. Now, back to the how, right? So, um, I sat down. Actually, I did it. I'm lastminute.com, right? I sat down to write the song the night before Valentine's. Like, seriously, who does that? But I did. Because I mean, I just didn't get the time to do it before. But anyways, I was like, okay, this is it. I have to do it. I have to do it. So I did it in, gosh, maybe an hour. The song from start to finish was done. First verse, second verse, chorus. There was no bridge. And I was like, now this comes the hard part. So because this was a stupendously low price to get people to give to the crowdfunding campaign, I figured my playing was gonna have to do, because if you're offering a really low price, then you don't have the funds to be going to pay another producer. And honestly, the time wasn't even there. So I opened GarageBand, which is free, and then I played my guitar, and this was how I did it. Because if you're learning, it probably looks daunting to play a whole song when you're learning. So I literally just played the verse, the chorus, right? Then did another take, played the verse and the chorus, and then picked the best one and just copied and pasted it again for the second verse and chorus, and that was it. I didn't get to play the whole song. And if you want, you could just focus on playing just the verse and just the chorus, and then joining it together, and at the very end, then I moved everything and then played an intro, right? And then now this is where it gets tricky when you have no experience producing. So I added another instrument. First of all, I did the vocals, right? Did the vocals, and then went to add another instrument, and I picked the piano. And when I listened back, the timing was off. When either the guitar is coming in late or the piano is coming in early, and anything with timing when it comes to production, it makes me want to shoot something. Like, I do not have the patience for it. So I took off the piano and then went to look for an instrument that sounded like a string. And honestly, I can't even remember what instrument it was. That's how not much of a producer I am, I literally just found something that sounded like strings. Therefore, the timing doesn't really matter, because it can come on really slowly, go off really slowly. It was just beautiful. And it supported the guitar, and it had like chords, with harmony and things like that. And it was perfect. Because if you try to put any sort of beat and you don't know how to adjust it, like, honestly, it'll make you want to give up so fast. So if you are totally new, learn other things first before you try learning um how to make the bits. work, right? Now, so I did the vocals, added the next part, copy and pasted it, and then I exported it onto an MP3. Now, it's not obviously your professionally sounding, audio, but combine a song that's freshly written with good, because I mean, think about it. If you were playing it live, just a guitar and your voice, that's pretty much what they're going to be hearing, right? If you're playing it live, no one's going to have time to clean up anything. So there's going to be times where maybe it's not really in sync with the beats, you're fast, you're slow because it's organic, you're playing it live. They just watch the passion in your voice, how you're telling the story, your performance. And that's what I worked on. I made sure that the performance of the song conveyed the emotions of the song, and it was all right, it really was. And then combine that with a video. So I got my lovely sister Priye, who's in Canada, because yeah, it would have taken me too long to actually do a video, but she kindly helped me put pictures and lyrics to the song, and then I was able to send it to them the next day. And of course it was a hit. It was a hit because you're giving them something that they can take with them. This is theirs. This is their story in music. Beautifully crafted, beautifully put together. Who doesn't want that? All right. So guys, can you put let me know in the comments that you want it, and we can chat, we can talk. So what else? So I've talked about garage band. Oh yeah, and the mic I used was this. Let me I don't, yeah, this one, this my podcasting mic. you know Nothing fancy that you use in the studio. And honestly, I've actually recorded on garage band without a mic before. So for people who you know just think that there's no way they can do this. There's no way. I'm someone who couldn't play any instruments in 2020. I started learning in 2021, and I've been able to produce something. You know what I mean? Um, you can do it. You can. You just start. You just start, and you will be amazed at how much progress you are making just because you are pushing yourself, you are trusting yourself, you are taking the steps, and you're like, this needs to be done, right? It needs to be done. So don't give up. You will surprise yourself when you try. I think one of the reasons why I started using GarageBand in the first place was I had one of my producers, Andy Baker. He has certain requirements before he'll produce a track for you. You need to send some sort of um, you know, like a simple song with the chords. He needs that. You need to send that. You need to send your um an example of the track that you want it to sound like. So find a similar song and send it to him. And because he had that requirement, I went on GarageBand and played a really basic piano version of my song. It was really basic, but he said it was really helpful. So sometimes you need people to push you. And if it's me pushing you and saying, you need to learn it, this is me pushing you. I'm in your corner as your music business coach or as your mentor. And I'm saying, you need to learn the skills that you need to move forward in whatever calling, whatever vision has been given to you. Okay. So now, um, why, for people who are saying, why do I really need to do this now? What if? First of all, try. And even if you're saying you don't know how to charge, you set your price. Okay. And if you wanted to start out for free, my first custom song was for free. you know. So if you want to start one for free and then get testimonial and then start charging on the next, that's all right. But this is such a lovely product and experience that you can give to your audience. Okay, so I hope I hope you've been inspired. I hope you've been blessed, and I hope some of my listeners want a custom song from me. Now, um, over the last weekend, I was actually poorly. I was knocked out. Couldn't do anything at all, but I'm back. Crowdfunding is back on. I am going to be going live and sharing some songs. So yes, if you haven't given to the crowdfunding campaign for the project Harmony and Healing Project, please do. The link to the campaign is in the description. Go give any amount, it will be appreciated. It will go a long way. And if you have a teenager or you know someone who has a teenager, they need to hear about this project. I am equipping and empowering teenagers and their parents with the tools and strategies that they need to improve your mental health, to thrive, to successfully navigate any mental health difficulties. That's what this project is about. And I'm going to be doing that through songs and interviews and stories. All right. So, um, join the Facebook group if you haven't. If you want more information, message me. Now I'm gonna round up. I hope all of this has been a blessing. I hope someone has been inspired. Do comment and let me know if you've been blessed. And I will see you next week, same time on another episode of the Fulfilled Musicpreneur podcast. Bye for now.